All right, shalom, shalom. Everyone give all praises and honor and glory to the Heavenly Father, Yahuwah Ba'ashem Yahushai. Yahweh was the Most High God. No, I don't got no scriptures on hand, but Lord willing, this video is edifying. Whatever the Most High brings to my mind, I'm gonna bring it out, Lord willing. If it's His will. In fact, let's go to the book of Joel. It says, "Blow ye the trumpet in Zion, and sound an alarm in my holy mountain. Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of the Lord cometh, for it is nigh at hand." Right, so in that trumpet, that alarm is this word, right? These prophecies, these scriptures that's being preached amongst the nations, that's being preached, by the mouth of the prophets, the teachers, and the apostles, and the watchmen, and the faithful believers, starting with the elder apostles at Great Millstone. It says, "Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of the Lord cometh, for it is nigh at hand." And the day of the Lord is nigh at hand. Also, the destructions, the said perils that's spoken about, or that's spoken, that was mentioned by the prophets, if you will come to pass in these last days. Those prophecies it is close. Nigh means to be close. So the destruction or the downfall, the collapse of America. So it says, blow ye the trumpet in Zion, and sound an alarm in my holy mountain. Right, and this gospel is being preached amongst the nations, but ultimately it's for Israel. Right, so you have Israel hearing this truth in different parts of the world, no matter what they look like. It says, "Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of the Lord cometh, for it is nigh at hand. A day of darkness and gloominess, and of gloominess." And that the destruction of Babylon the Great is, a day of darkness, a day of gloominess. Because when those nukes hit this land, shadows is going to cover the sky. Shadows going to cover the sky. It says, "A day of clouds and of thick darkness, as the morning spread upon the mountains, a great people and a strong. There have not been ever the like, neither shall be any more after it, even to the years of many generations." Verse 3. A fire devoureth before them. So in that fire is concerning the flames from the nukes, from the warheads, from the missiles that shall dissolve the elements of this land, to the point where the rivers, the lakes, the streams are all going to evaporate. all gonna, evaporate, perish, to the point where it's gonna be a dry land. The trees, the mountains, the elements, the rocks, the buildings, the towers, the monuments, the idols, the statues, all is going to be dissolved and made level or made a plain. It says a day of darkness and of gloominess, a day of clouds and of thick darkness, as the morning spread upon the mountains. In this, Shalak. Well, let's walk real quick. It says, as the morning spread upon the mountains. Yeah, and this, continue reading. I ain't going to touch. It says, a great people and a strong. Oh, I already read that, Salaki. Verse 4. It says, a fire devoureth before them. Did I read it? Yeah, I already read that, Salaki. It says, a fire devoureth before them, and behind them a flame burneth. And that fire, that flame, we already touched on that. It says, the land is as the Garden of Eden. So this country, when you go into that word Eden in the scripts, it means what? Pleasure. So this country is like it's a land of pleasure. It's another village of comfort. Where people, is distracted by entertainment, and different diverse, delights, if you will. But this land is going to be destroyed. Just like the days of Noah, they were eating, drinking, marrying, and giving in marriage until that flood came unawares and, took them all away, if you will. So it says the land is as the Garden of Eden. It says, before them and behind them a desolate wilderness. So this country is going to become a desolate wilderness. Now, if I'm not mistaken, when you go into that word wilderness, real quick, Salaki. Uninhabited land. Right, Salaki, let's go on. It says, and behind them a desolate wilderness, and nothing shall escape them. In fact,